Okay, so I'm doing another LED shop light upgrade, but I'm doing something a little different than I did before. I'm not using one of those 4-foot T8 or T12 bulbs. I'm going to actually try and upgrade our existing fixtures that we have. We have some of those big shop lights that run at an E39 base. And we've got 6 of those in the shop right now. 3 of them have already gone out on us. So this is why we're kind of looking for something new and going towards LED. This is the bulb that these lights take. And like I said before, it's a E39 end, screw-on end. And this is the upgrade that I've bought to try out. And you can see it's a big round bulb that has a bunch of LEDs on it, a whole bunch of LEDs. This is, I got this from Amazon. It's a 54 watt, it says a 300 watt incandescent replacement. Our lights are 400 watt, so we'll see how that works out. And again, this is the E39 base, and I believe how you say that, I said it before a different way, but I think this is Hyperikon is how they want that, how they want their name said, Hyperikon, I think. And this is the 5000K. They do have bigger versions. They have an 80 some watt and I think 125 watt. This 54 watt was 60 bucks I think for this bulb. So it's not bad, but it's got to have a good amount of light or it's not worth it. Now, the one thing you're going to have to do with your existing lights is you're going to have to go in and remove the ballast and everything on your light. So you cannot run this LED with the ballast. You got to bypass your ballast or remove it from the light. So that's what I'm going to show you next. Okay, so here is one of our lights. I've taken off the light diffuser, the big globe, clear globe thing that goes on here. That's off. And all I'm left with is this very heavy deal that hangs from the ceiling. You can see here's the hook right here. And it's got a little safety spring on it. This is the plug-in. And I gotta take this apart and we gotta remove the ballast and everything else that's in there. And how this one comes off is there are 2 screws in this kind of groove here that need to come out, and then the whole thing will separate. Depending on what kind of light you have, I think they're all kind of designed differently, but basically you got to find the screws that are holding the light together. Once you get them out, the light will split in half. Okay, once them 2 bolts are off, you can see the light comes apart here. Not sure how to show you the best way, but the light comes apart, and this huge thing right here is the ballast, I believe. You've got a capacitor over here, and we got to remove all that. This particular light has wire nuts holding all the wires together, so we've got to take them off. So absolutely everything is coming out of this light. This is why the light's so darn heavy. This thing right here, this weighs a ton. We've got to take the capacitor out. I believe that's what this is. I'm not an electrician here, so I don't exactly know what all these things are. I just know they got to come out. Pull that bracket off. Pull this thing out, and all this is garbage. So now all you're left with here is you got a black wire and a white wire that goes to your bulb socket right here. And then on your plug side, you've got a white and a black wire, and there's also a green wire, and that's grounded to the frame of the light fixture. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the white wire from the fixture to the white wire on the wire that goes to the plug-in. Same way the black, going with the black to the black. And that's as simple as it is, guys. It is not complicated at all. You do have to route these wires in here. You've got to route these wires in a way that they're not going to pinch when you put the light back together, and you do not want any wires being pinched or stretched. And all I'm going to do is wire nut these back together. Like I said, white to white, black to black. I'm going to use the existing wire nuts they had in there. And there's enough wire in here that you can just hook them straight up. And then there's one other modification that we have to make to this light. Okay, so there's one other thing we got to do to this light to be able to put it back up there. We've got to modify where this hook that hangs the light. We got to modify where this goes, because you can see it's off to the one side. Now, why is it off to one side? It's off to one side because this big, heavy piece was in the light, causing the light to be off balance. So what they did is they moved the hook over on the one side to counterbalance that weight so the light sits straight. Now, if you don't move the hook, your light's going to be crooked, sitting there crooked. So what I've done to another light, and what I'm going to do here, because I know it works, there's a bolt, one bolt holding this hook on. And we got to take it out. Once you unbolt that, or take that bolt out of this hook, you just fish it back inside. And there it is. Okay, what we need to do is we need to put the hook in the other way. So when we put it in that way, you can see the hook is pretty much centered on the light. Right here, it's centered on the light. So when you hang it up there now, without this heavy ballast and capacitor in there, it's going to hang straight. Now, there is no hole here to be able to put my screw back into the bracket. So what I got to do is I got to mark it here, and then I drill a new hole, and then we'll be able to put the hook in this other way so we can get the light to hang straight. So once the new hole's drilled, drop my bracket in there, line up the hole, or line up the bracket with the new hole there. And there we go. Got the hook in the right place, so now the light fixture will sit straight. Now all that's left to do is put this light back together. Like I said, I'm just going to use the existing wire nuts I took off, white to white, black to black, and we'll have this light back together. One other thing you're going to have to do on this light is this light fixture in here. The light fixture in here has 2 screws on each side. This is where the bulb actually screws in. You got to loosen these 2 bolts up, and you got to drop the fixture down a little bit to be able to get the new bulb to screw in. So there we go. This light is ready for the globe, and there's just 2 small screws down here. You reinstall the globe. Got to lower this fixture down a little bit, not much, just a little bit. And we're ready for the LED bulb, and we're ready to stick it up there and give it a try. By the way, this thing is super light without all this stuff in there. Very, very light compared to what it was before. Okay guys, so the light I'm testing here, I've got it back, hung up. Same hook that it was in, I got it plugged in, same plug-in that it was plugged in before. Got my LED bulb, I'm gonna go screw it in. So I'm going to turn the switch on now, and the far light way in the back is the regular bulb, and the ballast is still in there. And this closest one is the one with the LED. One thing you'll notice there is the LED is instant on, no warm-up time. And the other light has to warm up. So that's a really nice feature of these LED bulbs. Okay, so both lights are at maximum capacity. The LED's been on for a while. It took the other light maybe 3 minutes, maybe a little more to warm up. And although in the video it kind of looks like the LED is brighter, I think me and Dad have come to the conclusion that it's not quite as bright as the 400 watt incandescent that it replaced. Now on the box it said it was a 300 watt incandescent replacement bulb. So these are probably brighter than a 300 watt, but they're not, doesn't look like it's quite as bright as a 400 watt. So, I mean, the next step up would be the 80 some watt, and that bulb I think is $125 or something. We're not sure about that because you can get one of those 4-footers. You can get one of those with 4 lights for like 130 bucks. So we're kind of still undecided on whether to, go with something like this and replace the bulbs and the rest of our fixtures, or go with a 4 deal of these, because these are really nice. I wish the camera would focus on that. Those lights are actually really nice, and I really like those. I think one with 4 lights in it would really put off some light. So we're kind of not sure right now what's going on, what we're going to do. But I mean, so far the Hyperikon stuff is looks like good quality products. I guess we can't really afford to do all the bulbs anyway, so we're in thinking mode right now about what to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, the fixture disassembly. Hopefully it'll help some people out there that need some help with this. We are unsure exactly what we're going to be doing, but I will let you guys know what we do when we do it. I'll see you guys in the next one.